Hi, I'm Matthew Bruce Ingram. I teach at Dakota State University. I'm an assistant professor of communication studies there and our Center for Teaching and Learning director. For me, the biggest thing I like to use Achieve with is to kind of plan a weekly rhythm for my students, whether it's face-to-face or online, and active learning is a big part of that. For example, one thing that I really appreciate is the different kinds of case studies and role play scenarios that you have with the videos. Sometimes I'll have them type into the text box while we're doing them together and we'll watch the videos. Sometimes we'll just break into small groups and actually talk about the videos individually in groups and then kind of come back together. But it's been a great way to say, okay, what have we taken away from this week? What kind of concepts can we actually apply to realistic scenarios? I love using those creatively to actually get them talking about things. And I would say one other thing that's great about the role play scenarios or the case studies is there's some kind of scenario you can get them to relate to, whether it's roommate conflicts, whether it's dealing with speech anxiety. So they bring their own experience too. I think the great thing is the videos and the activities help facilitate that conversation. The Go React feature for me is super important. Go React really is a tool that allows instructors and students to not only record themselves, but they could record role plays or scenarios. We use that actually Go React feature for the first thing we do in the whole class, which is introductions to everybody. I need them to be able to record themselves, but not only just that, to be able to watch each other's videos, to comment and engage, because students in my classes need to be able to do peer review. But I would say the other biggest thing is instructor grading and feedback. Like feedback's the big one, right? So I want to be able to watch the video, which you can, use the rubric and give feedback at the same time. And so you're going through that process and you're grading it along the way. Students know what you're grading them on. Once you click submit to that rubric, they see it, so it's nice in that regard. When I was thinking about a textbook and choosing that, one big thing that really speaks to me is diversity and inclusion and belonging. Having a group of staff and faculty look at the text, not just to have, a couple images that are inclusive, but to actually think like, what does culturally sustaining pedagogy look like across the textbook? And that's really important for me. I think being intentional across the text itself, across the activities, not just pick and choose one kind of thing. Accessibility in my role as a CTL director, accessibility is a huge thing we're working on. So for me, I think the big piece is I wanted something that I knew had been vetted so that any of my students, anybody taking this course, can feel confident and comfortable, right? The book, for example, has been thought about in terms of the colors and the contrast. There's a reading capacity for listening and doing that kind of thing. I just want it to be smooth for them. I want them to feel like, great, you know what? I can listen to the book if I want to listen to the book. I can see other voices and people in that when I'm looking at it. I want those kind of things for my students. And so one thing I'm happy knowing is that it's been thought through on that level.